Hey guys, in this lesson I will show you some new features in jcFeather 2.8, and in this version we can render a feather coat mesh with textured polygons in 3D Light and Arnold. Okay, usually if we have a feather coat mesh like this in this image, we have a single feather coat mesh. If we want to render as feathers, first we will use a feather texture and assign the texture to this feather coat mesh, and finally get something like this. But with jcFeather 2.8 we can do more. We can get something like this. We can have more details for this feather coat mesh. We can assign different textures to the different feathers, and we can also use a texture to add some color hint. And in this lesson I will describe the basic workflow of that. In my method, if we have three textures, 1, 2, 3, if we want to scatter those three textures to different area, we first need to paint a texture, something like this: red, green, and blue. I will scatter texture 1 in the red area, texture 2 in the green area, and texture 3 in the blue area, like this. And in Arnold we have a special Arnold shader to collect those three textures and the painted sample color texture. This node collects those data and choose which image will be used for individual feather. And finally, assign the shader to our feather coat mesh. We will get this: texture 1 in the red area, texture 2 in this green area, texture 3 in the blue area. Finally, add a simple ramp texture with a little noise. As you see, we add some color hint to this feather coat mesh. And now I will open the Maya scene. In this scene we have this feather coat mesh. This mesh is made with jcFeather. You can, for example, you can paint the feather's size and direction with jcFeather tools. Now I'll open the Have Shade. This is the shader for this feather coat. We have those three feather textures and a sample color texture. This is the special Arnold shader. This shader collects those data and outputs the color to our AI standard shader. And finally we click the render button. We will get something like this. And this is the special Arnold shader. And now I will open another scene for 3D Light. In 3D Light we have a special surface shader for the feather coat. Open the assignment panel, select the feather coat, open the A attribute editor. As you see, this is a special surface shader for feather coat. We have three textures and a sample color texture. Okay, that's all for this lesson, and in the next lesson I will show you some details and how to do render a feather coat mesh with Arnold and 3D Light. Okay, bye for now.